like comic books?
Comic books.
Comic books.
Comic books.
Comic books.
I'm quite keen on comic books.
Movies.
Movies.
The movies. Stupid TV shows. TV shows.
But what are some of your favorite TV shows?
Can be enjoyed as video games, as TV shows, books, movies, the entire world. Wholeheartedly embrace the apocalypse.
Let's start the show.
Hello. Okay. I don't know why I was muted. Welcome, everyone, to the Sunday edition of the Next Issue Podcast Live. If you missed our show yesterday, you missed a big one. We talked about the best comic books of 2025. Left no stone unturned, except for Clay's list. We'll get that later.
Except for that one stone.
Except just that one stone. Kind of a big stone. It's a little boulder.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was quite a good time. So make sure to go check that out. You can see that on the channel now. Today, before we get into comics, we have two things we want to discuss. And we'll start with, I think, I guess they're both kind of big, but this is more, we're going to focus on comics. So we'll start with the comics news. This week, we got a look at a lot, not every cover. There's some artists that I guess still working on theirs. But we know that Marvel and DC is having a big Spider-Man crossover. A few weeks ago, we saw a lot of the covers for the DC issue, which will be out in March of this year. Now, in April, Marvel will have their flip side. Well, they get to do their Spider-Man, Superman crossover, and we got a bunch of covers. But also, here's what to expect. We have pretty much everything that's going to be on that issue. And maybe more, because they did give us that surprise story in the Batman Deadpool with Logo.
Yeah. And this is, I feel like, I'm curious to hear about this, because I glanced at it, the list of creators that are attached to this book, and it seems like a really extensive list. It's a very large list.
So it looks like the main story will be Brad Meltzer and Pepe Larraz with Spider-Man and Superman against Lex Luthor and Norman Osborn, not Dr. Octopus as we did on the first one. So
that's interesting.
That's the main story. But man, Brad Meltzer, I don't think I've read a comic from him in forever.
That's what I was like. Brad Meltzer is a shock because he's not, I don't know what he's been doing.
He's still a pretty prolific book writer. He does a lot of those books for kids, but yeah, outside of that, I'm trying to look. I don't see anything too recent. I think he did some stuff for Detective Comics during the New 52. Obviously, very famous for the Identity Crisis storyline. And I think he has a story. Or he does something in the Ghost Machine stuff with Gary Frank and Jeff Jones and everything over there at Image.
Huh.
Outside of that,
it's just such a weird choice to be like you're the main story.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good choice, I think.
Oh, he's a good choice. It's just a weird choice.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we also have Spider-Man Noir and Golden Age Superman, as told by Dan Slott and Marcos Martin, which is I think that's the image I use for the thumbnail. So, we'll get to look at some of those. Jeff Jones delivering his first Marvel story in over 20 years, teaming up with Gary Frank, of course, because I don't know that he works with anyone else, or maybe no one else will work with him anymore. I don't know.
See which way it goes.
But there's stuff at Ghost Machines. Not like it's pretty good. It's a lot to take in. Because I think they're doing the Red Coat is their story, right? So
yeah, the Geiger. They have
Geiger. A G.I. Joe, or no, not G.I. Joe, but
G.I. Robot. Not G.I. Robot either.
Whatever.
It's one of those.
It's one of those. It's the combination of all three of those words.
Combat Bot 2000.
We also have Jason Aaron and Russell Dauterman with Jane Foster and as the Mighty Thor and Wonder Woman. So that's fun because I mean Jason Aaron wrote Jane Foster Thor for a long time.
Yeah.
So we also have co-creator of Steel, Louise Simonson and Todd Knock as John Henry clashes against the Hobgoblin. What a pair! What a pairing there. It feels like Marvel was like, who of our current roster of people that we can reach out to has done something for DC and it's been impactful. I think co-created meets that.
Is that all of them?
No, there's one more. There's a couple more. Sorry. Then Joe Kelly will team up with Humberto Ramos for Gwen Stacy and Lana Lang. Okay, which Gwen Stacy? When's that taking place? I mean, I know there's a lot of continuity, but Gwen hasn't been around for a minute. And then Miles Morales teams up with Superman with tale by Brian Michael Bendis, who's worked on both titles, and artist Sarah Pichelli.
I think he's teaming up with John Kent.
Yeah, that makes sense. I forget that you have the same moniker.
Yeah. This is a lot of story. I'm curious. So you got the 50th anniversary issue of the first one, which is one story. It is one very long. Did you read it?
Yes. It is. It's really 5 stories because there's like 3 prologues to this thing. It is kind of all the Superman and Spider-Man prologue are not really even connected to anything. It's just like, here's who they are and here's what they do, right? In case, I guess, people back then, like, I'm sure not everybody that was reading Spider-Man was reading Superman and vice versa. 50 years ago. It's not like now that we all kind of know pretty much about all these guys at the same time. So
whenever they pack, how many, I guess the other question is how many pages is it, and then how expensive is it?
It's probably going to be a $10 thing. We don't have a page count just yet, but I would say maybe around 80 pages, probably, if they're going to charge $10, just based on the Deadpool one.
I wonder how long the Deadpool. I have to go back and look. I'm curious as to how long or how many pages the Deadpool was. I like these little. I think I prefer one long story, a little bit longer than the 2 Deadpool stories, because those were still pretty short stories. I don't mind the anthology. I just wish they would cut back on them. Like I feel like they're such fun ideas, but they don't ever really get fleshed out. It's almost they're almost like some of them are like concepts, and I'm just like, I don't want the concept. Give me an actual story,
Yeah. So the last one for Deadpool on the Marvel side was 64 pages, and it was $7. But it did not. I don't think it had as many stories. It had the Frank Miller thing was like a couple of pages. Al Ewing, Chip, Kelly Thompson, Kevin Smith. I guess it did. I guess it had like probably about the same number of stories. So, that's interesting. Because like I said, there was a surprise story there, but that wasn't really big.
Yeah, but I just left that. I mean, it's cool, but I just kind of left the Marvel one very much so, just feeling a little underwhelmed.
Yeah, I agree. So the DC one that comes out in March will be 72 pages and is $7.99. And I believe that one there's a Tom King story, a Matt Fraction story, Sean Murphy story, Gail Simone, Christopher Priest, and then the big story. So that's 6 stories, I think. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see when we get there, but I'm excited. I'm gonna get a bunch.
I'm still gonna buy it. Let me just complain ahead of time.
At least they're not doing blind bags. At least I could just pick up the covers that I want.
Exactly.
Shout out to Samson in the chat. Anybody that's watching us vertically, this part may look better on our horizontal feed. So you go to the channel because we're gonna show you some covers, but screen sharing on the vertical is kind of a mess right now. So, but let's take a look at some of the covers because I'm pretty excited. So this is the main cover, Pepe Larraz doing the main cover. I don't know that I had ever seen him draw Superman. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like I said, a bunch of
that one.
Yeah, the gray, just a.
Yeah.
Now we have Eric Larson doing this. Now, is this a Spider-Man that's canon with all those mechanical things? Do you know anything?
Yeah. I have this issue. I don't remember why. It's him and Deathlock doing something. I don't really
Okay,
remember. I'd
so
have
there
to
is
dig
a
him out.
cyborg Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's another
We
good
have
one.
Greg Capullo.
Oh, that is Greg Capullo. Huh.
Yeah, you could
I thought
tell just by the
that's a
eyes.
little McFarlane-y.
It,
Capullo McFarlane-y.
I feel like Superman is encroaching in because Spider-Man's bubble. Like, back
Yeah.
up a minute, bruh. I also feel like I don't like this part at the top. It feels like they're wasting space.
Yeah.
Like that gray area. Just move everything. I
Yeah.
don't know. It feels weird. I would have see like on the DC side here real quick. I'll switch over. Um, the titles at the top, and then see. There's no. I feel like you get more cover. Um,
That's a clean cover.
yeah.
Look
So
at that. It's beautiful.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we're not here to compare, but unfortunately, we end up comparing. We have. Oh, you're right. You were right. Jerome Pena doing the Superman. Miles Morales, Spider-Man. I guess it's the same issue with both of these guys that you say Spider-Man or Superman, but you have to clarify John Kent,
Yeah.
Miles Morales, right? So
We are not going. Have they made that change yet? I haven't seen it in any of the comics. They're supposed to start calling him Super Son. I don't know if that was real or not.
I don't think that makes sense
Yeah, I
because
don't think so either.
why would other people call him Super Son?
Yeah. I like Jerome Pena. I wish they would like. I love that art.
Yeah, he should do more stuff. Carrie Andrews.
Yeah, there's another faux Todd cover.
Spider-Man's gonna go show Superman his reign. That's all he's gonna do.
Is Todd doing a cover?
Who?
Oh, I love this one. This is the Marcos Martin. Look at that. That's beautiful.
Yeah. This is the one I used for the thumbnail too. Like this art. Super like Golden Era Superman, Spider Noir. I don't know how they're gonna work together though, because I feel like Spider Noir is a bit of an edgelord compared to Superman.
Well, Golden Age Superman liked to. He was a bit of a. He liked to.
He did throw people all over the place, didn't he?
He threw people all over the place.
Okay, yeah, they might get along then. Mark Bagley. This is gonna be a foil variant for Mark Bagley. I don't know who the villains are though. I don't recognize them right away. Maybe I don't think they're new for the story, but ooh, Peach Momoko, Supergirl, Spider-Gwen.
Now I cannot not see that gray thing at the top.
I'm sorry I ruined it for you.
It is in every single thing, and I'm just like, why is it there? Why did they choose that?
It's such a weird choice. Here, we'll look at who the designer is in a minute. Okay, Russell Dauterman. I mean,
that's gorgeous.
Incredible. Like, I don't know that the dude can miss. Like, he could try, but it's not gonna work. Ryan Stegman. I like this. I like this one because of the Spider-Man being upside down. I think that just really works.
Yeah, that's fun.
Big Stegman fan anyway. So, we have Sarah Pichelli.
Okay.
Maybe they didn't tell her that they were going to be using the other Superman.
They were like the young one, and she was just like, "Oh, the new 52 one."
Oh, yeah, she did draw the two belt. You're right. It doesn't have any trunks. Good eye, Jeff. Steve. Oh, okay. Walt Simonson. Oh man,
that's a fun cover. I like that cover.
I was wondering.
Also, like seeing Walt Simonson art too.
Yeah, you don't see it enough. I mean, I'm sure he's done so much already over the years.
Yeah.
The Hobgoblin and Steel is an interesting foe, but I wonder if Thor's going to be involved somehow. I would hope so. And then we're back to the main cover. So, yeah, there you have it. All right, we can relieve our vertical watchers now of the pain. Let's see. Who's the designer?
I wonder if they're going to get Todd McFarlane to do a cover for the DC side.
I don't know if that they did. We went over those, and let's see. Olivia Corpiel hasn't turned in the covers to Lever, still pending. Mitch Gerards, Adam Hughes. Yeah,
I
there's
didn't
still
realize.
a
Oh
lot
yeah,
of coverage pending by them. I mean,
there's
at
just a
least
lot
from what
of
I can see on League.
the Kari Andrews and the the Greg Capullos. I'm just like, oh, you're right there. Just go ask Todd. Just go ask Todd.
Yes, Todd. Well, they need to do another Spawn crossover, and maybe now with Spider-Man, like they did with Batman.
Yeah,
Or
I'm like, that's why you got to ask him. Like, just
who else?
he's never
can
going to come back and work for you full time, but just ask for a cover every now and again.
Yeah, he likes money.
He likes money.
He likes money.
He likes recognition more than money.
True. He likes people talking about him.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So there's our covers. We'll talk more about this in April later on, and then of course in March when the DC issue hits the shelf. So now, Jeff, you wanted to talk a little bit about the Avengers, the latest Avengers trailer.
Yes.
You want to get into it?
Yeah. Did you watch it?
I did.
This is the one. How did you feel?
Well, so on Tuesday I had set up a stream to go live right before going to work.
Mhm.
And then instead at 8, they released that stupid countdown clock. And I was like, oh, they got me good. And as I was wrapping things up, I was wrapping up the video. I refreshed the page and they're like, Avengers Doomsday trailer. And I was like, you mothers, I just wasted the live stream I had set up on the other thing. So, but go ahead. That was my first impression of that.
They got you good.
Got me good.
The first two honestly didn't do much for me. Like I was just, I expected that Chris Evans would come back in some form or fashion. I think we knew that Thor was going to be in it.
Yep.
And I guess I appreciate the I'm kind of indifferent. I know there's a big fandom that wanted Thor, like we're like, oh, Taika Waititi took it too far into the wackiness, and now we need a hard left back into Thor's serious side. I'm whatever on that. Anyway, the first two trailers, I was just like, okay, cool. I wanted more. So the tease I found lacking. The X-Men one kind of got spoiled for me. So like the internet went wild over it before Marvel released it.
I get it.
Yeah. So that one was cool, but this is the first one that I was just like, it gave me it got me excited. And I think it's because you see two characters that have not met each other interacting for the first time. Yeah. And it reminded me of that first scene, that Avengers, where Captain America, like Iron Man, lands right next to Captain America, and you see these two characters from the two movies interacting for the first time. And I was just like, that's what gave me the excitement, even though I know those actors probably have never met in real life, that everybody was shot in their own like little room or whatever.
Well, even if they hadn't, like the thing, I'm sure he's not there doing motion capture.
Yeah, he's not there. Right? He's doing motion capture. Like it's like the easiest thing they could like fake.
That's exactly what they did the thing, because they didn't have to get any of the actors to actually go shoot anything.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
but just
get in your closet and say these lines, right?
Yeah, but just seeing like how it's supposed to, set up that stuff, especially, and then people were like, well, why did, because at the end of the Thunderbolts, you see the Fantastic Four ship in there. I think people were confused as to why the Fantastic Four would show up in Wakanda. And I'm like, I think that's just a call out to the comic nerds,
That's what I said. Yeah. Well, because they show Namor as well, right? And both Namor and, if I'm correct, correct me if I'm wrong, both Namor and Black Panther debuted in Fantastic Four. Well, I think Namor was before.
Yeah, Namor's like a World War II hero, but their ties to Fantastic Four are, they have to be there. So that's what I was like, this is just a nod to the comics. Like, of course, you want the Fantastic Four and the Wakandans to meet, because that's that's where the Black Panther debuted. So I was all for it. Like this is the first one that really, I'm like, yes, now give it to me. Now I'm ready. Now I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. I mean, that one, I was excited for all of them. I really want to see what they're gonna do. But I think the interesting part is that somewhere on the Empire podcast, which I don't know, there's too many podcasts. Everyone has a podcast now. we don't call it. I think instead of phone calls, we just do podcasts, and hopefully that the person that we're trying to reach is watching.
Yeah, just watching the.
But Joe Russo said cryptically, as they put in the article, the Hollywood Reporter, each one of those trailers is narrative information. It's all part of a larger story. So these aren't trailers; these are stories, something like to that effect. And I'm just immediately thinking Battleworld. Like these are all pieces of all the universes that are gonna make up that gigantic Battleworld.
Mhm.
Well,
That's kind of what I get out of it as well. But I hate. I'm gonna be on like I hate it when they do this because and this is the problem is that you get into the Stranger Things category where people start imagining things and you start thinking of a thing like people can come up with these concepts, and if if the actual thing is not as good as what the concepts start floating around are, then you're in big trouble.
yeah,
So it's always a risky ploy to when you start being like everybody. But I do want to get like the Marvel fans that have like been dissecting every single one of these, and the Taylor Swift fans that go through all the Taylor Swift stuff, and the Stranger Things people that came up with like merge them into a hive mind where they can go out and solve all the crimes because they are the ones that are picking things apart, like whatever.
you
like,
want
all those podcast people. Yeah, I want to pluribus
them.
I want to pluribus, but just those specific people.
Just those specific people.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I am excited. I did like the storytelling of it. Like, I don't remember. was M'Baku the king of Wakanda when we last left the movie? I haven't seen it in a while, so it's a part of the film that I probably don't even remember. But you also see that in their armor, especially like in Shuri's new Black Panther armor, there are touches of that blue vibranium from the what do they call it? They're not Atlanteans. Telecom, I think.
Yeah, telecom. Something like
that. So that tells you, tells me at least, Namor and Wakanda are working together.
Mm-hmm.
And I do love the idea that just because in that one comic Namor flooded Wakanda and killed everyone, that's all everyone wanted him to see him do. Like, yeah. And he kind of did.
It was a light flooding.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But there you have it. I did have one more piece of news, and I don't know, like, I don't know if you have any strong feelings about it, but the internet sure did. Ooh. Kathleen Kennedy stepping down as what is it? What's the title? Lucasfilm, I guess. I don't know what her title was, but president of Lucasfilm. Okay, that's what it was. So I don't know if you have any strong feelings about that.
Good for her. She can go off and be
take a vacation.
She's taking a vacation. She's like, you know what? I'm gonna go live with my Indiana Jones, E.T., Jaws money, nerds, and then I'm gonna go back to producing something that you're all gonna love. And you just don't, whatever. She had just toxic Star Wars fans are just, toxic fans in general are the worst.
Yeah. And just to kind of give you a little bit of context, and not you particularly, I mean the audience, like Kathleen Kennedy is a very prolific producer. Like she's made some of the stuff that you probably love the most. Just because in the last few years you don't like some of the Star Wars films, like that's not her fault. Like, but look, all the Back to the Future films, the Goonies, the Gremlins, Signs, Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones, Schindler's List, like Roger Rabbit, Gremlins, and then of course then we get a little bit more into the Star Wars stuff, and then some of the stuff from prior to her maybe hitting it big. But like she's just like, she knew what people wanted.
Yeah, 100%.
So like
that is a murderer's row of films that she has worked on. Like
there's a reason that she made it to the top of Lucasfilm and became president, right? Obviously you can see she worked a lot with Steven Spielberg and George Lucas and their stuff and bringing all that to life. So I don't know why people are complaining. People need to chill out.
Yeah, I don't even the Star Wars stuff. I'm like, the Rise of Skywalker is by far her worst step, you know.
Yeah.
I know people went nuts over the whatever the middle one is called. I can't remember, but it's honestly it's the most original Star Wars since Star Wars. So I'm sorry, the people that complained about them. Yeah, and she's producing things. You know, people are going to say, well, that's Dave Filoni or whatever, but you know, she's president of Lucasfilm, so she has something.
Who do you think put those people there?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just Andor is her. Everything that Star Wars fans love is also her. So like,
I feel like people or like anything that they like about Star Wars are like, oh, George Lucas probably made that happen. Like, no, George hasn't been doing anything for like.
No,
I know it's called Lucasfilm, but the dude is making a museum. All right, you leave. George Lucas is busy.
Yeah, he doesn't got time for this.
Anything you've liked about Star Wars, it's probably been still in some shape or form Kathleen Kennedy putting the right people in the right places. But yeah, then, you know, good luck to her and her future endeavors. I'm sure she's still gonna have that producer itch, so we'll still get some really cool stuff. I was trying to see, maybe is she a producer on that new Spielberg film, the Alien one? I don't think so.
And she looks like for that kind of, like, she's been doing films like all the way back to, you know, those are some 70s 80s films, you know, like she's been in this business for a while. She looks great too.
Yeah. So holler Kathleen Kennedy, holler at Jeff. All right, let's get into it now. Before we get into it though, just a few announcements for the channel if you haven't gone to check it out, or if you're new and you're watching us and discover this somehow. We have a few videos for A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which the premiere is tonight. So I'll probably be going live after the show airs, just to talk about it. I'm very excited. I'm a big fan of the Hitch Knight novella and the comic, so I'm really looking forward to the show. I'm really gonna recommend all you guys watch it, Jeff, because I know you may have a history past with the Game of Thrones, but this is completely separate from anything. And I think it's a really fun place to kind of begin. Even George R. R. Martin has talked about, like, I just wanted to do a little separate story, and that's kind of what this whole thing spun out of. So, and then of course, make sure to go check out our show yesterday for Best Comics of 2025. And then next week we'll be doing Best of 2025 miscellaneous. So like TV, books, any other, you know, music, whatever. So okay. So I see you don't have a lot of watch, but you do have a couple things. But let me get started because I finally made it to the theater in 2026. This is my first time going to the movies, which feels weird because I'm somebody that's there almost every weekend. But I was able to watch All You Need Is Kill. This is an animated film, and it's an adaptation of the same manga / light novel that was adapted into the film The Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise.
Okay.
It's really cool. I really enjoyed it. It's visually very, like, it looks great. It's only 85 minutes long, which feels like, I don't know, I haven't read that in a while, so I don't know exactly if they maybe cut out a bunch of things or how they made it so short. But I think it worked for the concept. Like, can you imagine if Groundhog Day was like 3 hours long or something like that? Like, how many times can you relive the same moments with the guy, right? So that's great. And then I'm also gonna recommend Rental Family. That is the latest Brendan Fraser, living in Japan. He starts renting himself out through this company for people that need whatever certain things, to whoever you may need.
Is it as emotionally wrenching as it feels like it is?
It is, but in a good way. I feel like overall the tone of the film skews like happy. Obviously there's some hardships and you have to have a little bit of drama in there. But yeah, it's great. Like, I feel like It's also very interesting because I'm not Japanese or live in Japan, so I don't know their culture. I don't know their society rules. Like this is not even that business doesn't seem like something that I don't know. Like it seems like a weird concept, but I mean, I guess if it works or if it's something that their society needs, then there's a reason why it's kind of a business, right? And obviously, it's not the same thing as because there's a part of the movie where he goes to see a sex worker and I'm like, oh well, I mean, I guess he's kind of doing the same thing, but just like on an emotional level, right? It's just filling a gap. Or, well, damn, that sounded bad. Just and that society has a need, and then you rise to meet.
You just got to fill the hole.
Oh boy,
yeah.
But I do recommend it. I encourage you to guys check it out. I ended up giving it 4 stars. I don't know if I would have knocked out anything from my top 2025 list. So it'll stay like as it was. So let's. I'm gonna pass it over to you, and then I'll come back to do my last 2 things.
I need to find a new what my new movie theater is going to be since my breakup with the Alamo Drafthouse.
You hear that, Alamo? You messed up. You've lost.
Messed up. Yeah, I think it's going to be an AMC. That's probably the next closest, largest theater to me that shows a lot of films. I don't know. We'll see. I did finish Pluberus, and I enjoy it.
Good.
The first 3 issues I was almost out, and then it kind of brought me back in the next 3, and then once we hit that final 3rd act, I was like, okay, I'm in. You just had to accept, like, the show is what it is about. Like, it is about them trying to figure out, there is how to explain the show. There's a type of virus that connects all of humanity into a hive mind, except for 12 people. And then the first part of the show is you're following one person basically through her stages of grief as her whole world has changed. And that part is the part that tripped me up because I was like, my brain was like, what's going on with this hive mind stuff? And we're watching her spin out for like 4 issues.
Yeah.
And or 4 episodes. And it just took me a while to get into it. But once we got there, and then once you find out that she's not really the problem, it's, something else or another person. And then how all that kind of starts fitting together in the last 2 episodes. That's when I was just like, okay, this is a cool show. Like, but I just had to get past that, her part of it, where I was just like, I need a little bit more from this show. She won the Golden Globe, and she's great at it.
She's great.
Yeah. She's great because she does a lot of she's doing a lot of this by herself or with one other actor. But she has to portray so much in like just her face, like because she's not talking, because she doesn't talk to herself all the time. She's just like, oh, I'm thinking, and you're seeing the gears turn in her head and which way she's leaning. So it's really good.
Yep. Great. I'm glad. I think we'll probably do like a longer, maybe once we get past all this end of the year stuff, we might do a whole show about Pluribus season 1 and then theories and how we enjoyed it. So okay, what else you got on there?
The only thing I really watched this weekend or this week to take note of is the Dick Tracy movie from, I think it's 1990, Warren Beatty. I watch this maybe once or twice a year just because it's bonkers. Like, if you haven't seen it, it's definitely coming off the heels of Batman. So it's got a Danny Elfman score. It feels very Batman-y, but it's through Warren Beatty's multicolor. Yeah. So and Warren Beatty is a super fan of Dick Tracy. So everything is blocked in the film. So it looks like a comic book panel or a comic strip panel. He made sure that everything that was colored were the colors of the comic strip. And you've got Mandy Patinkin's in it. Madonna's in it. It's got
Al Pacino's in it, right?
Al Pacino's in it. Dustin Hoffman's in it. It's like an amazing cast. It's like a crazy amazing cast,
Yeah.
and they're all in these like insane prosthetics. It's the score is by oh gosh, what's his name? The big Broadway guy, Sondheim. Stephen Sondheim does the music for it. Like this movie is like, it's such a weird movie, but it's got Oscar bait written all over it. Like so many Oscar winners in this thing.
Yeah.
But it's just like a weird movie that people are just like, oh, this movie's weird.
Warren Beatty called in every favor he had in Hollywood to make it happen.
100%. Because yeah, the people cast in this film are just like, how did you get all these people in this film?
Yep.
So
nice. Well, I watched the thing with a lot of people that you may know. What if I tell you that I watched a movie where you get to see Batman, you get to see Supergirl, you get to see Hal Jordan Green Lantern, you get to see a version of Loki, kind of. Can you even think of what I'm talking about?
I have no idea.
Well, Netflix just dropped a movie called The Rip with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. But you also have Kyle Chandler in there, Sasha Calle. Now, Matt Damon, if you remember, he was Loki in the plays that they did within the film.
That's right.
Yeah, I watched The Rip is the new joint. I love Matt Damon and Ben Affleck's friendship. Like they're just hanging out. Like the best thing about this movie has been them doing a press tour.
That's what I said.
There's,
Yeah,
like, so many clips of them just kind of hanging out, and you could just tell that they're still just like friends and goofball. Like they kind of, it feels like they revert back to their younger selves when they're hanging out together. So, you know, it's good. It gave me a lot of vibes of, and people may crucify me for this, I got a lot of vibes of Assault on Precinct 13. Now I'm talking about the 2005 version, not the John Carpenter one. The remake. But yeah, it's cool. Like it's a bonkers, almost like a very isolated cop story about this task force that normally they'll go in, and the rip is when they take down like a drug house, but instead of drugs they go for the money, right? So that's kind of what that refers to. So it's very interesting, and it's, you know, it's got a few twists and turns, but I liked it. I had a good time. It was not.
Are they just in it, or did they write it?
No, I think they're just in it. I don't know that. I mean, they're producers in it, but that's just because that's how you get them on board in a project. So,
well, I mean, because they wrote Good Will Hunting together, and then supposedly William Goldman did a rewrite of it. But I was curious if they, you know, if they've. I don't think they've written anything since. Maybe one or two.
As far as I know, they did not write this. Although maybe, hold on, let me check. Let's see, crew details. Who this is by Joe Carnahan, who's also the director.
Okay.
Now this director is also pretty prolific. He did The Gray, The A-Team, Cop Show. He likes doing these kind of like low key, dirty looking films. Smoking Aces, like that's his whole jam. So if you like those type of films, I think you'll enjoy The Rip.
Love The A-Team.
Now the last thing. Now you like the film or the original show, or both?
I like both. I like both. I did have fun watching the A-Team film.
Yeah, I thought the film was fun. The last thing I watched, and this might be something that's a shocking moment in next issue pod history, because I'm a Star Wars boy. I'm not a big Star Trek person, but Becky Lynch is in a Star Trek thing, so I checked out the first episode of Star Trek Starfleet Academy, and it was pretty good. I liked it. Holly Hunter's in it, and then
Holly Hunter's a cool get too for
a Star Trek thing. I haven't seen much Star Trek, so I don't know if this is the way that all the Star Treks go, but there's just something about the look of this show where whenever it's like, to me, Star Trek feels like it should be a bright show with a lot of like lights, but there are moments where they go really dark in like these other planets. And all I can think of them going to other planets is like when, William Shatner goes to fight that whatever reptile thing or whatever, in the desert. Or so I'm not used to seeing like a dark, gritty Star Trek, but they kind of go there. The coolest thing, one of the coolest things on top of like just Becky Lynch being part of it, Paul Giamatti is like the main villain. And he's wearing like all these prosthetics. Everyone is wearing so many prosthetics. I would hate to be even because a lot of these people are like have human, have something else. So like they'll look very humanoid, but they'll have things in their forehead or whatever. They'll have something. I'm sure Becky Lynch worked that I was just like, look, I'll wear a wig. And that's about it. Holly Hunter too. Because Holly Hunter's character is like 400 years old, and she's also like some kind of mixed alien race. Or maybe people live longer in the Star Trek universe. I don't know. I don't know all the details. This also takes place after some big event called The Burn, which I know a little bit about because I read that last Starship comic from IDW, where like all the fuel exploded and killed almost everyone in the Starfleet. I don't know about this. I don't know about that it's interesting. I think I would. I don't know if you have Paramount or access to it. Well,
we got rid of it. We got rid of it in protest. I watched a lot of I've seen some of the original series. I watched pretty much all of Next Generation.
Okay.
A huge Next Generation. I've seen all the movies. And that's kind of where my Trekkiness has fallen off. I haven't seen any of the new stuff. I did try to watch Strange Worlds and I liked it. It was just never enough for me.
Especially now that there's no access to it for you.
Before
this, the only thing I had like watched it was my intent to watch it was the Wrath of Khan, and obviously the JJ films as well, right? Like that whole part, but whatever Kelvin universe or whatever it's called. But yeah, the Wrath of Khan, which is a fantastic film, and then also because back in the day we didn't have there was not a lot of choices in what to watch. UPN would have reruns of Voyager, I think, with Captain Jane. And
Voyager was good too.
I was a young teenage boy, and then somebody introduced me to 7 of 9, and I'm like, oh, hold on a second, what is this?
wait, what?
Yeah, I'm not sure why she's the only one in a bodysuit, but I'm not gonna complain about it.
Yeah, the Borg don't show up looking like that in Next Gen.
Yeah, I saw what's his name? Picard, I think in one of those I've seen him that he got Borgerized or whatever. I do want to Starfleet Academy. I want to check something about the cast because it is an Academy show, so it's like everyone's young and hot, right? That's part of it. But Robert Picardo, who's like the doctor in one of the shows, he's in this as like was he always a hologram? I don't know if you know about that.
He's always I think he was always a computer program.
Okay.
And so he made his debut, I think it was in Deep Space Nine. I think that's where he showed up. I don't remember. I did watch a lot of those. Like I watched some Deep Space Nine and Enterprise and like those like second wave of shows, third waves of shows. That's actually where
Voyager is the one that says here.
Oh, is it Voyager? Okay.
That's how I would know him because that's the one I would watch the reruns of.
He pops up in a bunch of stuff. He was in like one of the Next Generation movies.
He's is he the Nick Fury of the Star Trek universe?
He's just kind of a fun nod that connects a bunch of stuff.
So that was cool. Like I don't usually there's no reason for me to pop for Star Trek, but when I saw him, I was like, oh, I know that guy. He's a doctor. He's the doctor that's not Bones.
First Contact is a really good Star Trek movie. The Next Generation Star Trek movie.
Nice. I've only watched the first episode. I'll probably keep watching it just because they dropped 2, so I'm gonna check out the next one to see if how much of a hook is it that Becky Lynch is part of this. Will it keep me engaged? It is like really popular apparently. Like I saw, it's not just me saying it. I saw it on Becky Lynch's feed. And
she's the best wrestler. It's not just her that says it. It's not just her.
You know what? It's not just Sports Illustrated saying it. It's also Next Tissue Podcast saying it. So, yeah.
Her bit is so good.
That's yeah, I love her. Her shtick is so good right now. Um, okay, so that's all that I've watched. Now, did you have any comics prior to the new stuff before we get into it?
No,
Okay,
no old comics.
I do have one thing, and earlier this week, I just want to mention mainly to plug a video. Our friends at IDW sent us a preview of The Rocketeer, The Island #1. This is where the Rocketeer has to go search for Amelia Earhart, and he has to assemble a team that includes Tintin and Popeye, and then other characters. So we got a chance to read it. I got a video on the channel. I think it's quite fun, but the litmus test was really Josh because he's the Rocketeer guy, I think, and as part of the crew. Like, I'm sure you guys also like the Rocketeer, but Josh is like, he bleeds rocket fuel. You know? So,
Is Tintin? I wonder if they use Tintin and Popeye. I know Popeye is part of the public domain now. I wonder if Tintin is, and I wonder if
Yeah.
that's how they got into these books.
how did they get Amelia Earhart?
How do Amelia Earhart's a public figure, so they can use
The
her.
Amelia Earhart status like fuming. But this is apparently published from an unpublished Dan Stevens story, who's the original creator of the show. So yeah, go check it out if you like the Rocketeer. And then the other thing that I read, this is kind of one of those Dr. Manhattan moments because it's like a past thing, but also like a future thing because we got the last issue in advance, kind of like for Cheetah and Cheshire.
Oh, okay,
I read Everything is Dead and Dying 1 through 5, which 5 is the last issue that comes out this week. Now, Jeff, you also have access to it. It's in our folder if you wanna wrap up that story because I know you were heavily invested. I'm gonna tell you, had I read all these issues before, it might have ended up on my best of 2025.
It's a fantastic comic.
Great book. I was like, oh no, like you're caught up all the way to issue 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, after everything, I was like, oh, how can this get any worse? And it just kept getting worse. Yeah, it's fantastic. We're gonna talk about it probably next week, more once you get to read it, but
It was a weird time to be like so many good comics right now, but so many of them are like just gut wrenching, stab you in the heart. Like we're gonna make you feel, and this is one of those books that does that.
but it feels good somehow.
Yeah. Make the pain feel good.
Like Nicole Kidman, it feels good to what is it? What does she say? It feels good a place like this or something like that. Whatever she's talking about, the drama. So it's good. It's good stuff. It's fantastic. I highly recommend you guys check it out. If you haven't, the last issue comes out this week. I mean, Tate Bromwell, Jacob Phillips, like they did an incredible job with this. So looking forward to you reading this, Jeff, so we can talk about it some more.
It's way shorter than reading all of The Walking Dead too.
Way shorter, and yet still packs a big punch all throughout.
Even shorter than watching The Last of Us. Also, still packs a pretty big punch.
It's such an interesting twist, I think, also on the zombie genre.
Yeah, definitely.
And it looks super gnarly. Like Jacob Phillips makes it look incredible. So, all right. Okay, so let's get down to comics for the week. I guess we'll just go 1 and 1, and then if one of us runs out, like you've seen the picks of the week, right?
Yeah.
I haven't even read yours because we'll talk about it later. So, all right, go for it.
First up, I am reading Batman and Robin. This is issue 29. I think we've got maybe one issue of this left before it wraps up. And that wraps up the series as well. I really like this story. I'm going to be honest. I'm not a huge fan of the art in it. Fico Ocio has a very particular style that it does not gel with me very much.
Okay,
but outside of that, it's a really good ventriloquist story, a really good detective story, and it's sort of like Batman versus John Wick in a way, or not John Wick, but who's Liam Neeson in Taken is who I think of the Quiet Man as. So yeah, it's fun. It's a fun kind of genre playing book, playing with Batman and this other, whatever. But yeah,
that's crazy. We only have one more issue of Philip Kennedy Johnson I guess the Superman story is still going on, so that'll be the last of
Yeah.
his DC stuff.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to talk about Mad Cave Studios comic book. Where does the rainbow end? This is going to be I think like a 5-issue story. The premise here, in this world, like it's kind of like a post-apocalyptic world, but robots are part of society, and they live in this place called like in a dump. But within the dump, there's the rainbow, which is like a really nice area where they live, and they find the baby, and then they raise the baby, and complications arise from there. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the team, Francesco Perillo and Stefano Cardoselli, but they really sold me in that first issue. It's really cool. This is their variant cover by Stephen Byrne. You're probably familiar with Stephen Byrne. Yeah, it's fun. The best thing about this is that I think Mad Cave on Global Comics, if you buy the individual issues, you kind of get the trade at the end.
Okay.
I
That's
think,
cool.
don't quote me on that, but I feel like that's kind of the deal. But yeah, Mad Cave is always doing some really fun miniseries like this, and I like checking out the first issue to tag it on my thing. Like, make sure you go back and read this. And then Mad Cave is also really quick with the turnaround of like the trade coming out. Like as soon as the series ends, like the next month or two, the trade's already out waiting because they know they have to like continue, like get on that hype train. So yeah,
Yeah,
really cool.
yeah. As they should. That's smart. You need a quick turnaround on those things.
Yep.
Next on my list, Spider-Man Torn #4. This continues to be a good Spider-Man, just a solid Spider-Man story. It takes place when he's back in college, and he's just trying to help this one woman that turned into a goblin from a magical book. It's a Spider-Man story. It's
normal Spider-Man.
It's a 5. The only thing that bums me out about this story is that it's a 5-issue series. And I'm like, oh, this is the shrinkflation of writing for the trade that is happening nowadays. Because when I was a kid, this would have been a 7-issue series. When I was a young adult, this would have been a 6-issue series. And now that I'm my age, it is a 5-issue series.
When you're just a head in a jar, it's gonna be like a 2-issue series.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 2-issue, like 2 and done. So
all right. Next, and I'm just grabbing here what's next on the pile. The Ultimates number 20. I know this looks like a Nick Fury story, but it's not. I mean, it kind of is, but it's not. This is more about the vision, the new vision for the Ultimates. And whenever Phil Noto jumps in on an Ultimates title, is because we're getting a backstory that takes place in multiple, that you can see in multiple points in time. And that's kind of what this is. And it's really, really cool because after the events of 19, where it is revealed that Janet was, spoilers, I guess, Janet was not a double agent. She was a triple agent, which means she was actually working with this vision for the Ultimates ultimately. So yeah, it's really cool. Like it doesn't give anything. Interestingly enough, the last issue was a lot more spoilery for the end game stuff. This one's very self-contained again.
Yeah, I really like this issue. This issue, one, I like the ties because there are some ties between Jim Hammond and the Vision in the 616 universe. So I like how they kind of play around with that a little bit. Also, it's fun reading this book with everything going on in the real world because it just makes you want to rage. It's nice to see good guys winning against totalitarianism and authoritarianism. Yeah. So reading this book you're just like, yeah, as the good guys finally start to, not be crushed underfoot.
There's a really cool page where you get a lot of first appearances for the Ultimate Universe, including Ultimate Squirrel Girl, Ultimate Hit Monkey, Ultimate Howard the Duck, Ultimate Dupe. And maybe a whole bunch of other people that I don't read. Who's this one at the back? Do you know?
She is she's like an Excalibur character.
Okay.
From Chris Claremont. Yeah.
What about the guy with the bucket in his head?
Oh, that's Forbush Man.
Oh, of course it is.
Forbush Man.
I like that you say that as if it's like common knowledge. Yeah, of course. Forbush Man.
Yeah.
So, nice. Shout out to Alan Hudson in the chat. They started Tin Can Society.
Oh
Well,
yes.
not to spoil the show from yesterday, but that was one of many of Jeff's picks that had Rick Remender for best comics of 2025. Rick Remender, come on the show, talk to Jeff because he loves your books. I mean, we all love your books, but Jeff really went all out.
Jeff discovered it yesterday. That I was like, wait, I do read a lot of Rick Remender, don't I?
Yeah. All right. What else you got, Jeff?
This Mark Waid book, Action Comics, whatever issue this is, 1094. We're still doing young Clark Kent as Superboy, and he gets asked to perform something for the military.
That was wild.
Yeah, it's a really good issue too. It's got some great art by.
Yeah, Scarlet Patrick is off the book for this arc, I think.
Del Pecci, Patricio Del Pecci, who's doing like like some light. I'm sure I've seen their work before, but that almost looks like Chris Samney.
Very much in that wholesome style.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark Waid is a great writer. So I just thought it was an interesting idea to put Superman in the military or doing something for the military. And then he's a kid at this point. I mean, he's younger, so he's like, can he refuse? Is there something? What is his duty as a boy from Kansas? You know?
Yeah. I mean, that's what the book is about. You know, I saw some people on TikTok comment like, Superman would never, you know. And I'm like, you got to read the book to understand what's going on with the cover. Like, you know,
and also you did a lot of crazy dumb shit when you were a teenager too. All right.
Yeah, exactly. This is why I gave Tom King a break for working for the CIA.
You weren't I don't know if he was a teenager when he was working for the CIA, but you weren't a fully formed adult. You weren't. I think a lot of people, especially on social media, they don't understand that you weren't fully formed as you are now with your whole beliefs and your core and your values and like when you were younger. So like let's relax. Let's relax a little bit. So
well, and in the book, it's he's working for Sam Lane, so it's Lois Lane's dad.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of a tether, even though he doesn't know Lois yet. There's you know, Mark Waid is working in a tether. And there's a lot of like, he has his rules where he's like, I'm not going in to invade a country for you. I will go in if you need. And the ask is, we need you to get people out to save lives, not, you know, we're not invading or whatever. And so he was like, that's what I will do, and that is all I will do for you.
We need you to get people out while we get the oil.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, and that's the kind of compromises that he's, you know, learning what he has to do. You know,
where's the line, Superman? Where's the line?
Where's the line? That's what the book's about.
All right, next we have from me, TMNT number 14, another really cool Freddie Williams cover. The Ujigami story continues here. Now, there was a big revelation on the last issue, and I got an early look at this, but going back to reread it this week, like this is a lot of fun, because the boys are finally, the turtles are kind of starting to put together who this new assassin might be and why he keeps trying to go after their enemies. And they are conflicted about it, because especially if you know the answer to that. So I won't spoil anything. But yeah, we get to see some really cool stuff. And then we also get a new character called the Shinigami who's gonna show up to help. But who's she really helping? So yeah, it's fun. I like Jin Liu Yang is doing some really fun stuff, picking up now that the turtles are back together. So I think this will read a lot better in the collection. But since IDW let us look at it early, I was like, all right, we'll keep going. We'll plot through. All right, Jeff.
My next book is G.I. Joe 17, The End of the Dreadnought War.
This is on at the top of my pile to read next.
It is good, satisfying ending. Good, I guess, cliffhanger at the end for the rest of the series. You get a big twist ending. A big reveal happens mid-book. They are definitely. I think you said yesterday that Transformer, like their Transformers and G.I. Joe are
issue 18 or 17, I think.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna do like a little break between this and whatever's next, and then Transformers are gonna some Transformers are gonna hit the pages of GI Joe in some form or fashion.
Well, yeah, you definitely start seeing the seeds of that in this last issue. So
I can't wait to catch up. Apparently, I'm not just behind the Dreadnought War. I'm behind Volume 2. I didn't read all of it. Like issues, I think I'm like at 9, so I have to read a whole bunch. But that's fine.
Yeah,
I don't mind. I don't mind binging through a bunch of GI Joe.
It's fun, and it's quick reads too. I would imagine you can get there really quickly.
Well, on the flip side of that, I read the latest issue of Transformers 28. Yeah, I mean, I really like this. I really like this book. I continue to love it. I love what Dan Moore is doing with the art. Where it's like these really clean lines for anything with the Autobots, and this this is the first page. This weird, frantic energy that he brings to Megatron, the weird angles and anything going on with the Decepticons. Also, so you read this one, right?
Yeah.
So
this was what we were talking about yesterday. This page,
yes, great page. Thundercracker that has left, but also RC got a promotion to RC Magnus. And I had to look it up. So apparently Magnus is a title that you get as kind of like the main security person for. So that's what Ultra Magnus was before, but he's been through some shit. Yeah, and I think like he's ready to retire. So RC gets a big update. RC Magnus.
So I've always heard of him either referred to as Ultra Magnus or Magnus. So I guess he just gets called Ultra from once he steps down.
He was asked to stick around.
Like
he's even Optimus said there have been times of desperate need where the Autobots have had 2 Magnuses around. So it's great. I love that book.
Yeah, it's a really fun book. What else do I got here? The Dungeons of Doom #1. This is a fun book. Did you read this?
I did. It's great. I picked up this other cover with the Red Hulk on it.
Yeah. I guess the United States Army is currently occupying the Castle Doom after the end of the One World Under Doom. Dr. Doom has gone away. He's presumed dead. The Latvarians want also to get to the castle, so the Americans are fighting the Latvarians, and then Hydra shows up, and then everybody falls into the Dungeons of Doom, and it feels like a fun story. I'm really excited about it. It's also pretty graphic for
well, once I saw that Philip Kennedy Johnson was co-writing this, I was like, oh, this is about to get gnarly, because he's been doing that Hulk book that is like a horror book. And then, I mean, Benjamin Percy and Philip Kennedy Johnson, they don't hold back on the stuff they've been doing. So like, I knew this was going to be big and violent. The interesting part is, and there's a cover with there's a Wakandan agent that that's right as well. And there's a cover that implies that he's been spying on the Fantastic Four. So we don't know who that person is. It's definitely not T'Challa. T'Challa's off in space. It's not Shuri. Shuri's also off in space. So yeah, this is great. I mean, there's some fucking visuals in here that you're like, what the fuck is going on?
This is why I'm like, this is why I don't really subscribe to the Marvel Red Band stuff, because I'm like, there's no consistency with it. Like this could be a Red Band book, but then for whatever reason, for whatever reason, they're like, we don't trust putting that in a poly bag that people will buy it. So
we need this book to really sell because it's leading to their next big event. So don't polybag it.
Don't polybag. We need people to buy it.
Yeah,
or
like
Wolverine
between a rated T and a rated M comic.
Yeah,
is it just the amount of red ink and blood they get to use?
I mean, some of those Red Band books, like the Blood Hunt Red Band books, were not that graphic. Like, I mean, I feel like this was just as graphic as some of those.
Yeah, because I did a comparison, and they really just added a few pages with like a bunch of limbs everywhere.
Yeah, just like some bones and stuff. Whatever.
Alrighty, next. And I will say I only read the last part of this, so this is Avengers 800. But because I'm behind, I only read the Bendis stuff in the back.
I read the whole thing. I have a complaint. I have a complaint about the book in Marvel in general itself,
Okay, go for it.
which is that it's a physical. I mean,
Oh, what the hell?
literally reading it, and this page,
yeah.
the center page.
Mine just came off too.
Yeah.
Is it like a
And I-
poster?
No, it's just cheaply made. It is so cheaply made. I think it's probably a little bit too thick for whatever paper. And I
the
literally was
staple-
just reading it.
The staple
And the
wasn't
staple-
good enough. Does
and it
anybody
just-
want Does anybody want the middle page of the Avengers 800 issue? Did this just devalue my comic? I don't think it's a 10-0 anymore, Jeff.
Nope. Literally reading it just fell out of the book. And
That's
I'm just
crazy.
Like, what is this?
It just came off. Oh my goodness.
just like how it for you. It just like fell out of the book. It just like popped out. Boop.
Okay, well, shit.
You know, the Bendis story in the back is fun. It's just it's a bunch of Bendis babble.
I think that was my problem with it. It was fun, but I'm like, what does this mean? Like, is this just because it's an anniversary issue?
I guess just because it's.
I also feel like they should I don't know if Bendis is going to take over the Avengers. It looks like that's the case. But if he is, why wasn't this where Jed McKay finished? Why didn't they plan it so? Because Jed McKay's got a couple of issues left. Like,
yeah.
Why wouldn't you just try to end it here? I don't know. The cover's cool though. I love the wraparound cover by Russell Dauterman.
Yeah, and there's like two more of these coming out.
Oh, that's right. They all connect together, right? With all the
They all
Avengers.
connect together, and
Well, I
hopefully
can't-
they'll all have a page that comes out of them.
If anything, it should have been this cover that comes off, so I could put them all together. Oh man.
All right.
Okay. What else, Jeff?
A book that is very well made is the Wonder Woman Black and
Right.
Gold. 3-4 stories in this thing. They're all pretty good.
Yeah.
I did like the Mitch Gerard's art in the first story. And I really like the art in the last story.
Look at that. No pages coming off.
No pages. Look at
Solid.
that.
Solid staple all through. And this one has a card. This one's a cardstock cover around it. So
I've had like 2 or 3 Marvel books do that to me in my life, like in the last few years, where I'm just like, and the center page will just pop out. And I'm just like, what do you do with this? What do you do with this?
I want to ask you something. There's a story about a cult in this one. I think it's by
Yes.
Steve Orlando and a new artist. What's their name? I follow them on Instagram because I really like the art. Rossi Gifford. Is this giving Jared Leto?
A little bit, yes.
And then the follow up, do you think that was on purpose?
Could be.
You
Could
know?
be.
Like maybe somebody was just watching Tron Ares and they're like, oh wait, doesn't Jared Leto have a cult? I don't know. I thought that was funny. But yeah, I love it. And I love this Mitch Gerard's cover. Both covers were cool. But with this one, you get both of them. Because you get Cliff Chang's cover and then you get Mitch around it.
And nothing falling off the book.
That's right. That's the best part. I like it when pages stay in my books. Okay. Well, speaking of anthologies of different colors, I picked up Logan Black, White, and Blood #1. Also picked up this really cool Andrea Sorrentino variant. Both covers are really cool. Alex Maleev did this one. Sorrentino did this one. These are just fun stories about Logan. Like, one of them takes place in New York in the 70s, which is interesting. It's also interesting that you have to flip the page upwards like this for one of them. So that's fun. Like you have to flip the comic. You don't get to do that a lot, especially if you're reading digitally. The first one has kind of ties to the Winter Soldier, and it's like they really go all in on the blood. This one's rated parental advisory. Doesn't even, but why is it not polybag as a red band?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Consistency.
Yeah. And then also you get nude Wolverine run around the Canadian wilderness in the last story. So,
everybody loves a nude Wolverine.
well, I mean, he's so hairy that he might as well be wearing sweats and his sweater. So yeah, it's great stuff. If you like those little anthologies, like the Wonder Woman one, you'll definitely enjoy this one as well.
I'm down to the picks of the week, so if you've
Okay.
got more,
I got a couple more, and then we'll go to picks of the week. He's back. The King in Black is back, but without a throne. Noel's back. This is a really good book. Really, Al Ewing, Tom Waltz. It's great. But my favorite part is that I discovered a new artist named Juanan Ramirez. This is how they opened the book, and I'm like, oh, fucking sick. I'm in. Like, yeah, it's so good.
I know almost nothing about Noel.
You need to read The King in Black. Who's Null for the noobs? Null is the god of the symbiotes, and he tried to kill Eddie Brock and bring all the symbiotes back together, because Venom is kind of like he broke off from the hive, so it's like a hive mind of all the symbiotes. But after he couldn't take on Venom, he lost all his powers, and now Hela imprisoned him. And because of stuff that happened in Thor, Midgard and Asgard are cut off right now. Hela is in Midgard, like doing whatever the hell she wants. So, and she's using Null for those purposes. So yeah, Null, cool guy, got the symbiotes.
Is Hela in charge of the symbiotes now? Who's in charge of?
She's in charge of a lot of the symbiotes, not the ones that are independently owned. I guess like Venom and whoever else is running around.
So this is my issue. This is why I have a hard time getting back. I was thinking about this week. I have a hard time getting back into Spider-Man. And it's because they keep pushing the wrong things for me. Yeah. One of the things they keep pushing are all these Venom symbiotes.
What do you mean?
In my head, and I'm like, yeah, exactly.
What do you mean?
Like there's a Spider-Man Venom suit, like a blue and
Carnage. Yeah, Carnage and Spider-Man are about to merge in the Spider title somehow, but it's not Peter. It's I think Norman. No, what's the name of the son?
Harry.
Harry. I think Harry's running around in Spider-Man right now, isn't he?
I thought Harry's been dead for years. Maybe they bring.
Maybe it's Norman then. Somebody, whoever Spider-Man is. Yeah, it is Norman, I think. But he's also opening Spider University to teach.
So I'm like, are the symbiotes the character, or is it the person wearing the suit the character? Who am I following? Like, so is it the Venom suit that Eddie Brock wore the current same symbiote that is now surrounding Mary Jane?
The symbiotes are like that really old sweater that you have that the longer you wear it, the more character it has. So like it has its own personality now, right? You can't just put it back with the other sweaters.
Yeah,
because that's kind of what the symbiotes are. The more you wear them, the more they kind of become disconnected from the main hive or whatever. So also whatever plot they need to do, like so.
Yeah. I don't need Noel in my life.
And the last one I read was Luna Snow World Tour. First of all, I thought this was a really cool variant.
Who's that?
The artist is
it almost looks like Silvestri.
Lyrics. I think it's Lyrics or Gurihiro. I don't know, one of the two. No. NetEase Games actually, the Marvel Rivals cover, which makes sense. So this book is by Greg Pak, so I'll always pick up a Greg Pak book. It was cool, but it felt like it was a little short. Like it's just it almost I feel like I was trying to do the same thing that the what do you call it? What's her name from the X-Men that sings as well? Dazzler, yes, thank you. Dazzler had a World Tour book, and I feel like this was trying to do something similar, but they only gave it one issue, and I'm like, well, I don't know if you need a few more pages, bruh. But it's fun, and like I said, I really like the cover.
Marvel needs like their own Josie and the Pussycats with like
they really do, like
Dazzler and Spider-Gwen and
Layla Cheney.
Yeah, tour. That's kind of almost what that Exterminators book was kind of sort of about, but
yeah. Oh, I missed that.
Which
Book.
I saw somebody on TikTok the other day complaining because they were like, "Why is that not out in trade?" And I think they probably released a trade like for a handful of months after the book came out, and now it's not. It's just out of print. Marvel's really bad about their trades.
Because I know Marvel sometimes doesn't put out the trade. I'll look into it. Let's get into our pick of the week, though. How about that? I'll let you go first.
My pick of the week is Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. Number 5. I got this variant cover. Man, this thing, no spoilers, but the sequel has been a bit of a slower burn than the original.
Sure.
And there's a reason for it. It's because it's one of the stories where everything ramps up right at the very end. And the ramp up process goes hard in the last few pages of this book. It is and the tension you feel throughout this book really starts like the first 4 issues build up to this issue. This issue is amazing.
Okay.
And I cannot wait for the next one.
Yeah, I think there's one more, right?
Yeah, there's one more.
Yeah. So okay. Yeah, I mean, that book is the first one at least was incredible. So like the fact everything you kind of said about it every time we talk, because you read it monthly, so it comes up every once in a while on the show, like, and like maybe I should just catch up, but then I'm like, no, because then I'm gonna be left waiting. So I just have to hold steady for a few more weeks, and I can start reading it in the lead up to it, because I know we should be able to get it the last issue like the weekend before it comes out anyway. So hopefully in a couple of weeks. Just real quick to close the loop on the Exterminators, they did have a trade paperback in 2023 in April, right after the book finish. So yeah, I mean, it's just out of print. Like,
it's just out of print.
You know, so you'll have to. This is probably something you can go track down at like Half Price Books or something. There's no way. This feels like that kind of book, or your shop might have it on their bin where they put some of the discounted trades, because I like the series, but I know it wasn't very popular, unfortunately.
If you're gonna produce stuff for trades, then you should probably produce the trades just so they're out there.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, my pick of the week is a little bit more full of nonsense, and it's really, if you've been keeping track of the books we talked about, and there's one big one that we haven't mentioned this week. DCKO number 3. Wow. And I picked up a few variants before we get into that, so let me show you that. The Daniel Warren Johnson Harley Lobo variant.
It's a good one.
And the Will Ospreay Dan Mora. Now, where's the Firestar Matrix? I don't understand. Also, before we get into this, did you know Jeff Lemire is doing a Firestorm book?
I did see that.
Okay.
With I don't know. Firestorm's one of those characters I've never really gotten into. I love the design.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those characters I've never really.
I need him. The next crossover for Marvel and DC needs to be Firestorm Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
They can spend a few pages talking about how they keep track of the fire in their heads.
Johnny Storm shows up at the very end.
Yeah. Back to DCKO though. DCKO pick of the week. I mean, if you're gonna give me a big nod to Dragon Ball Z and expect me not to have this be the pick of the week, you are insane. I
don't know enough Dragon Ball Z to know that there was a nod to Dragon Ball Z in here.
There's a page, and this is big spoiler. It's probably the biggest spoiler, but I'm sure it's been out there. Also, I love getting these physically because I read these digitally in advance, right? For the in the preview copy that we got from DC, this was just one page in my iPad, but it's like a double spread thing that you have to flip. This is when Billy, they divide up into tag teams, and Superman calls in Shazam to help him out against the Lanterns. But the nod here is, you see Superman's wearing those earrings.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so in Dragon Ball, there's something called the Potara earrings, where Goku and Vegeta finally ended up fusing with the earrings. So obviously that's not exactly what happened here with Superman and Shazam. They didn't fuse, but the fact that it's like you grab the two strongest fighters in your universe and you kind of mash them up into a blender, and that's kind of it's the same thing. So, but I like all the teams. I like the misdirect of like the Batman Who Laughs, being the one that the Joker picks, because he would never pick him.
Yeah.
Like there's no way. He hated that guy. And instead is Mr. Whatever.
Mr. Pitalik.
Yeah, we get the cool nod to the Emperor Joker. I don't know if you read that story from back in the day.
Back in the day, I did.
Yeah, so it's great. I love this book. It's full of nonsense, shenanigans. We'll talk about the ending in a second. But Jeff, what did you think of the book?
Yeah, it's fun. It's super fun. It's what DC does best. It's when they dump all the toys out and just like smash them together and do a bunch of fun callbacks that are just like instant, like the Emperor Joker stuff and
The Black Mercy showed up again.
Black Mercy showed up. Yeah.
Which I think we had just talked about last week from something. I don't remember what I guess we
did talk about it for whatever reason.
The Black Mercy, but I don't remember exactly in what context.
I like there's a Supergirl swerve in here that is fun. Yeah. There's a lot of fun stuff that is happening. I mean, I hear a lot of people complaining because of the way DC promoted it, and everybody was like, "Oh, my favorite, third tier hero is somehow going to be involved in like big time involved in this," and I'm like, "Oh, that's not how corporations work."
They gave everybody a lot of cool moments though, like Connor Hawk. I like that Cyborg brought him in, and he's like, "I brought you in because you're like one of the best fighters," and I'm like, why didn't you bring back Lady Shiva? If you just wanted to copy the fighting ability, bring Lady Shiva. She's like the best, deadliest fighter in the DC universe. Like it's a known thing. Like that's part of her whole stick.
Well, see, I think that's like the fan service because Connor has a ton of, and Connor's not a character that gets used very often. I mean, Lady Shiva isn't either, but I feel like Lady Shiva gets used more than Connor does. Yeah. And
Connor but there's like fandom. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of like fan call outs.
Yeah,
that are like, here's this person. They're not going to get pushed any more than this one page that they're on, but at least they're in the thing to get.
They're
sorry, creepy.
We learn to live with it. There's characters that I love that I know will never get the spotlight.
Sorry, creeper fans. Your guy got killed and is not coming back.
Right. But then, all right, and then we get a reveal at the end, the last page. And you probably, if you keep track of the upcoming previews, you get to see that next issue, they get to fight the absolute versions of Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. I feel like these are different versions corrupted by Darkseid because he can do whatever he wants in that realm.
Yeah.
These are not the characters that we've been following in the books, right?
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
So it's I got there because I hadn't, like I said, luckily I get to read this a little bit in advance so I don't get spoiled. But yeah, it was great. I love that.
But I think this will work to set up for when they meet in the real future, when some of these heroes meet because their first impression of them is going to be like, you fought on Darkseid's side against us, so
I've kicked your ass before.
Yeah.
But then also finally getting the payoff of like, Booster Gold's been possessed by Darkseid this whole time. And now we finally know it. So that's going to be interesting. I feel like they're going to have to switch. And also, I guess the last thing is, I think Batman comes back in the next one.
Yeah. I think he's going to have to finish what is the new, night fight.
The next night fight should be out before issue 4.
Okay, yeah.
So I think he's gonna wrap that story up, which is gonna hurt. Oh, that's why I brought up the Black Mercy, because Batman.
Oh yeah.
Because he kind of got his. Look at that! It all came back to us. Where the night fight issue, he gets kind of like the future that he wants, almost the Gotham that he wants, and that's gonna be rough. That's gonna be a rough landing, sir. So, all right, there's our pickups. Did you have anything that you haven't read that you also bought?
No, I read everything. There was one thing. Our Soot-Stained Heart came out last week, but my store forgot to didn't have any. So they ordered some on back order, and it's now part of my pull list. But
Okay,
that
nice.
was one I should have read but didn't.
I'm glad you like that. I'll check if you really want to read it. I'll check if we have it, or unless you want to wait for the physical.
I'll see if they can get a physical copy. If not, then I'll.
All right.
Yeah, then we can see.
Cool. Well, I picked up a few more things. Legacy of Vader came to an end this week. I'm gonna read this now. That issue 7 through 12, which also gives us a little preview of Jar Jar #1 here. So
Oh yes!
Get
Wow.
ready. Get ready, Star Trek fans. I mean, Star Wars.
I hope they do that with a bring audio covers, more audio covers, so that when it opens up, he's like, or Misa, you know, like
Yeah. I did pick up the regular cover for the G.I. Joe, so I'll be reading
nice.
that this weekend. I picked this cover up just because I like Ivan Coelho's art. I don't know anything about this character or what this book is. I just really like the cover. Also, the punk rock Supergirl cover. This is just an investment.
Yeah, that's fun.
I think it's
Marjorie.
Marguerite Savage did this one, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I can. That's why she had to take a break from the Superman's book.
Because she had to do all these punk rock covers.
Yeah, to do punk rock cover. Also, a book that I'm not currently reading, but I do want to read. But this cover was really cool. The Uncanny X-Men for this week.
That is a cool cover.
And then last but not least, there was a reprint of this New Gods in foil, so I picked it up. So, all right, there you have it. That's all the books from the past. Let's look at some books from the future. How about that?
I love it.
All right, let's see. Let's share this. We'll start with your list. And if you're not following me or Jeff on League of Comics, make sure to do so. I'm trying to stay pretty active, and I'm trying to encourage everybody here to also stay pretty active. So here's Jeff's list.
We got Assorted Crisis Events, Ready to Cry.
So this one we got the comp earlier. I want to read this one because of the cover making feel like it's gonna be like a, like Tom King did his romance book.
Yeah,
I feel like it's gonna be like similar, and because these are anthologies, like I can just jump ahead to this one.
World's Finest, New World's Finest. I'm following along on my phone. That's why I'm looking down.
Okay.
The new cap, which I think is the new.
Will this close out the arc? Do you think? Like, should I be able to?
This is the
beginning of a new arc. Was it a 5-issue arc?
Beginning of the. I think it's a 5-issue. I think it was the 5-issue arc. So this feels like a beginning because the last one feels like it definitely closed out the early Doom stuff. And this, I think
I'm gonna go back and read issues 1 through 5 because I looked on here. They don't have a schedule for like a trade for this yet. Normally, you can see like where the trade's gonna be coming in, but they don't have one for this yet. So, all right, what else?
DCKO Green Lantern Galactic Slam, which initially I'm just like, this is not a tie-in I can skip, but it's got a weird wrestling theme to it.
I think you'll like it. I got a chance to read it already, and it is very wrestling heavy.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. The Everything Dead and Dying, the new Exquisite Corpses.
Ooh, both bangers. I got to read both of them over the weekend because Exquisite Corpses, it was announced they're getting they got this like movie deal.
Yeah.
That's gonna be insane.
Which I guess I don't know. I'm like, how, because I know they've got years of this thing planned along with the game and stuff. So I'm like, what does that entail? Mm-hmm. The new Fantastic Four, we're getting a Sue Storm centric story.
So this is part 2 of that. Apparently
part 2 of that.
So I can catch up to, and then I think in the back it'll have Junior Fantastic Four, whatever that means.
Hulk Smash Everything. I love the first issue. Can't wait for the second one.
Hulk hit dinosaur in the face.
The new Planet She-Hulk. I might try this new Rogue comic.
I also want to check it out, especially because I like Erica Schultz. I like her work. Mm-hmm. So yeah. What else? And
and Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman with art by, I believe, Jeff Spokes is doing. So this is actually, it's Tom King's taking a break. Stephanie Williams is writing this one, and Jeff Spokes is on art. So the book looks great, and it's a really fun story. I believe it's going to be a 2-parter, and then we're gonna get back to the Matriarch stuff because I have read this one already as well. So look at
I love Jeff Spokes.
Yeah, his art is beautiful. If you haven't read that Jenny Sparks book, you should.
If you missed out on that one Red Hood issue,
I did it. I got it. It's in the vault. Just appreciating in value.
Let's hey, can we do a quick segment? Let's look that up on eBay and see what it is.
Yeah, sure. Also, there's an issue of Batman, I think, that has a Red Hood that has a. Here, let me. For the vertical people, let me get them off of there real quick. Let's see, and then we'll look it up. eBay.com. Red Hood #1, 2025. Not too bad. $13.95, $17.99. The J. Lee variant, $20.
Wow.
The Gabriel Dell'Otto variant, which is just an incentive cover, $30. Somebody has a 9.8 graded, $99. Good luck getting $99 for that. I could just pay $30 instead. There's a few foil variants that are like, yeah. So if you got a variant cover, it's like $25 to $30, and if you got the regular cover, it's just like $15 to $20. Looks like so, but we're only a few months removed from it. So people, once Red Hood needs to like appear in something, and then it'll go up in value. So.
Oh, I think that thing's only gonna stay stable, if not fall.
Yeah,
maybe
the Exquisite Corpses hopefully shut up. I have every one of those, and I have both the regular variant and the mystery bag thing. So, all right, let's do my list, which is very similar to your list, but with a few extra things. Gotham by Gaslight, the DC Compact Edition comes out. It's already being shipped to me. I already pre-ordered that.
That's the first one.
That is
first Gotham Gaslight.
Yeah. This is the Magnola one.
Okay.
Bloodline #1. This is from Ignition Press. Expect a review. This is about vampires taking over the United States. Pretty cool. And then I'm also gonna check out because it's Tim Silly. I'm gonna check out Inglorious X-Force #1. I'm also reading Nightwing, the Power Fantasy, which I believe comes to an end after this issue. And then also Tim Seeley's also writing Psylocke Ninja. So I'm picking up I'll be checking out the 3 X-Men books that are launching this week. So expect videos for all those. Godzilla Starship, Supernatural, and Battle Nexus. So yeah. Pretty much, I mean, just a few extra things on top of your stuff because I love buying nonsense comic books. But this is a good reminder.
I have Gotham by Gaslight, the original version. It's pretty good. It's
all about these. I mean, I've read the book and I might have it somewhere. I think I hunted down the regular, like the singles. But
yeah,
I love collecting these compact comics like if they were Pokemon. So yeah, I gotta have them all. Well, not all of them, but most of them. So
yeah.
This is a good reminder though that I can now go back and catch up on Fantastic Four and read issues 1 through 5 because I believe that's one arc. Because if this is part 2 of a Sue Storm story, part 1 must have been issue 6, and then I can catch up also on Captain America. So cool, lots of reading this weekend. Very excited for that. All right, I think we did it, Jeff. We did the show.
Yes.
You have anything else before we get out of here?
Nope. Just read comics. They're fun.
That's right. Unless your middle page falls out of when you're reading it.
I hate it because now my thing is like, should I go get another one?
You should make a video about it.
Oh, I'm going to.
I wonder if they'll change. I wonder if they'll exchange it. I'll ask my shop this week. Like, hey, this just came off. Like, what's up? You want to replace it? Not them themselves, but like they go to Marvel and then they're like, oh yeah, they're sending a bunch of replacements. Just come exchange it. And then no, I'll keep this. This will be worth a fortune when I slap it, and you can't see that the page fell out. I don't know how that's gonna work.
Yeah.
I keep to close out. I got I guess two little quick anecdotes. I got a comment on the video where I was talking about my Absolute Batman #1. Like I bought a variant of it, and they said, if you unstaple the cover, it'll be worth more because you can see because you get the original cover. And I'm like, what? Why would I do that? I specifically bought it for this cover. I have 2 of the other one. I mean, they don't know that, but I'm like, I have 2 of the regular covers. One that's all beat up because it was damaged, and my shop gave it to me so I could read it. And the other one that I have in a bag. Like, I have a cover that's, whatever worth the $100 that it's worth.
Yeah.
And then to close out the show, it's sad, the state of our country, because I was at the theater yesterday and I was profiled, Jeff.
Oh no.
Yeah. I went to the line. I went to the AMC stubs, and of course we got to scan in our tickets. But the person that scans the tickets was, helping somebody else get their stuff. So I was standing with this other guy, and he's like, he profiled me. He's like, "Oh, you're here to see Lord of the Rings?" And I was like, No, I'm here for another movie. Can you believe that in 2025, people are just assuming that a guy that looks like me is there to watch the Lord of the Rings extended editions?
I know. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
It's
that is rude. How rude of that person.
How could you just go to somebody and say that? Sad state of affairs. So let us know in the comments if you've been profiled as a fan of Lord of the Rings or anything else. And then please take
I would
care.
never talk about those disgusting hobbits.
Well, I listen. I like the Hobbits fine enough, but don't just assume that I'm there. I could have been there for plenty of films. I could have been there for Bone Temple. I could have been there for the Gerard Butler movie Greenland, whatever,
sequel,
or
Greenland 2.
Yeah. So like, I could have been there for a variety of.
Zootopia.
Also, I love being at the theater. I don't like being at the theater for more than 2 hours. Like 2.5 is already pushing it. There's no way I'm watching an extended edition of the Lord of the Rings at the theater. It's like 4-hour movies.
I can't. Those people that did like the Avengers, like when, like
The
those
18
Marvel marathons,
yeah.
where they're watching like 18 movies in a row, and the movie theater stays open for 48 hours. Like that's nuts. Like
I want to see a reality show where they do that, but they do it at the Texas theater.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone leaves like with scoliosis or something. All right. Well, great. Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to go check out our best of 2025 comics. Follow us on League of Comics, where I'm forcing Jeff. He posted his list, but I'm forcing Jeff to build an actual list, just because I'm a sicko. And then also make sure to go and stay tuned for the channel.
Did you guys hunt down all those images?
No.
Did you hunt down all those images?
You know what?
Yeah, because I was like, is there a format or something? Because Josh and your things were similar.
Perfect. This is a teachable moment. We're gonna postpone the ending of the stream. And sorry for the vertical viewers once again. So this is League of Comics, right? Oh, I see. What happens is, Jeff, you want to go to your profile, and then you want to go to more here, and it's not there. Shit, where is it? There's a part where you make lists. Oh, community, maybe? Yeah. Community list. So you go to community, list, and then you can create your own list here. Then the only problem is that, let's say I'm looking, this is what Josh was struggling with yesterday, right? So I'm looking for Batman 2025. So I type in Batman. You have to get through all this stuff. It's easier if you do it on your desktop.
I see.
But you have to get through. Okay, so here's Batman Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4 is the current one. So then you click on that, and then it'll bring up another menu. Now, you could just do issue. Like if you just want a picture, you could just do the first issue and click add. Because you can build a list. So let's say you want to do all the things you have to read for DCKO. You could go, which they already have a list for that. You could go in there and pick all the issues, and then it would arrange it for you, however, right? And then you can pick ranked, so you can move things around. and then once you have it ready, you make it public. So, yeah. Sorry, I
I
guess.
was like, I was like, this is 100% a template. I just do not know how to get to it. So I just like typed it all out and was like, comment. There it is.
Yeah. And I think what I'm gonna do is similar to what I tried to do with our movie list that I'm still working on. I'm gonna put all our lists together once I get the one from Clay, and then we'll build a master list of like because if a book appears on our list multiple times, that'll push it up higher on the list. Like that Dark Patterns, maybe number one for everyone because of us. It was so high for all of us, right? It was my number 2. It was your number 3, if I remember correctly. It was Josh's number 2. So on average, that might be the highest ranked on our list. But we'll see. I have to get Clay's list. But yeah, that's it. So there you have it. I like doing this because also you could do contributions, and these give you like stuff. So I've submitted a couple things that to add because this is all crowdsourced data.
I see.
So I've submitted things to like mainly like story names and stuff like that, and then they go to approval. But this gets you points because then when you go to your profile, you see all these badges. You get different badges for different things. The one I have the most is critic because I keep posting reviews with all our links. But yeah, it's kind of fun. A fun gamification of reading comics. And then because I'm on the paid version, the dashboard looks a little different, and you get like reading stats, and I like these like graphs of reading logs and all that, and it gives you recommendations based on stuff you're reading, stuff that people that follow you are reading, stuff like that. So
can you import your information from CLZ into this so it like just knows all comics that you already own?
There is an import thing. I haven't tried it. I bet there's a way you can export it to like an Excel document or something, or like a CSV file, and then upload that. But I don't know if it's compatible. That I haven't explored that far, so we'll see. That might be a different show. So, all right. All right. Now it's really in the end of the show. Now that I did that educational segment, but yeah, follow us on League. I love League. It's a really fun tool, especially if you love comic books. So, we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody.
The most important thing in life will always be
Hey, Bebo.
loves you.
Simonson, or get the fuck out.
All right. Bye.
Get out of here, you weirdo.